Hey guys, what's up? This is Jameson from Pretty Young Tarot, and I finally got a tripod, yay! So I can show you the cards, which I know a few of you have been asking for. So today we have a pick a deck reading instead of a pick a card reading, and there are 4 different decks, and you can go ahead and select which deck you'd like. This reading is going to be centered around how does he or she feel about you, how do they feel about this connection, that sort of thing, like their feelings about your relationship. I have had the most views on the reading that I did like this, as well as the what they're not telling you. So I figured you guys liked it, so I was gonna do another one. So this is gonna be pile number 1, this is pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to, or seconds, I mean you can pause it, just to pick your deck, and then I'm gonna go ahead and sage these cards to clear all old, negative or unwanted energy, so that I can bring you the most concise and necessary message, as well as being a clear channel to your spirit guides and angels, so that you can get the message for your highest good. And then along the side here I do have like some clarifier decks that I'm going to use just to pull after we get the actual reading started. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move these off to the side and see what comes through. So I've pre-shuffled a few of these, but I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle really well right now. How are you, group number 1? I'm getting the sense that this is probably a more recent relationship. Okay. So what do we have for group number 1? How does a person, the querent, the person in question, that's what I'm looking for, feel about my group number 1s? Oh, there's a blockage here. The Magician in reverse can also symbolize manipulation of a situation, or just not having the means necessary to make something work. Okay, so this definitely could be, with the Devil in reverse, I mean, it can mean like a fear of commitment, but it can also mean not wanting to be attached to something. But there is also like a third party here potentially, and this is making them feel like at a loss with this relationship potentially. There's definitely a major blockage here. I'm getting Pisces. Yeah, like this looks like fish scales, and it's like Pisces is coming through, but there's kind of just like the sun, like the lightness of this relationship has kind of is pouring out of this cup here. As you can see, it's like yellow down here, and this is looking like a bell to me now. So it's like kind of like ringing the alarm, like sound the alarm, like there's like red flags. So this red flag could be maybe they found out about, maybe you have a third person, and this has made them have fear of this connection, and this fear is causing them to question if this is going to work out, because now like that they're second guessing, their manifestation is coming, like slowing down to a halt. Yeah, it's like their feelings, I think that, I mean, the sun is so small in this reading that their ego could be hurt at this time. I'm getting like just the sun is like fading out. This is like a sunset, you know, it's like fading out of this relationship. The 3 of Cups, like, I mean, when it is upright, it can signify Also like celebrations, things like of that sort. Commiserating with friends, getting together with friends. They honestly could be going out talking about your situation with their friends, but it's because something isn't quite like lining up. It's just, let's see what else we can get. Okay. So this person definitely is on guard, but I also think they're being kind of like, they could be acting narcissistic, cold, distant, really cutting with their words. This is mad Gemini energy, and I mean literally like mad Gemini. Kind of just like saying whatever they feel, especially with the devil here. This could be like verbal abuse. If this isn't like resonating with like your actual relationship, I mean, they could be experiencing this sort of energy from the outside, but I do think that this could be, I think it is more related to this relationship itself. This also could be someone who's on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. Let's see. What do we have for the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups? Why is this Ace of Cups reversed? Ew. That's interesting. So there's like a feeling of like infertility here, which is really interesting because with the Two of Cups upright, there are some pretty positive cards on the table with like the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands typically is about having a victory in a situation. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the Tower here is chilling at the bottom. But they definitely, there's just like a sense of not being able to manifest like the abundance that should become that they feel this connection should have had, or maybe there's behaviors that have gone on that have made them feel like you aren't, or they aren't. Fine, this can go vice versa. The Empress type. I mean, typically the Empress is like wifey material, husband material, you know, like someone who is super nurturing, could be like a great mother, but maybe there's just like a sense of like not taking things like seriously. Like the Devil in reverse can also signify like not willing to commit, not wanting to get like making vows and stuff. And I think this is making someone else feel like they need to, well, someone wants to take this seriously. This honestly could be like, if you were wondering if someone has like given the offer of like they want to get married, and make it like official, like it's just like not happening for this other party. They feel kind of like wrapped up right now. I mean, they're literally wrapped up in something. Let's see what they could be wrapped up in. Okay, so not moving on from a Two of Cups situation. So not wanting to move away from a partnership. This can be a legitimate partnership, like romantic, but it can also signify business partnerships. I'm going to clarify what is this Two of Cups? What type of Two of Cups? Okay. Could be with a Virgo. Let's see. So the Ten of Swords in reverse is like letting go of betrayal. There's a lot of just like mental energy here. This is kind of like stressful, I would say. I think getting out, like removing themselves from the situation, has made them feel victorious. I think that's what this is doing here. Although, I do think, like, because the Two of Cups can also signify like a soulmate, a relationship, but, and like, they didn't want to move away from the situation, but they're feeling just like hurt and like blinded, like they were blindsided by something, because like as you can see here, this boar, I think it's, or like, what is this, an ox? I think it's an ox. He has like a sword like through his eyes. I think he just like didn't see this coming. Also, if maybe you like have moved on into something, if this is someone that you're not currently with, they are feeling some type of way about it, especially if like you were in a third party situation with someone who was acting like this, like manipulative, having like these sorts of qualities, and not treating you like how like you should be treated, with the, because the Empress should be upright in a healthy relationship. The Empress should be upright. The Devil hypothetically like shouldn't be here, you know, in like a good and healthy relationship. Someone should not be treating you like this. If this person like had put you in this situation and you walked out, you are now finding victory like in a new relationship that doesn't make you feel stuck. I think that this person definitely, they want to rain on like your rainbow. Like you can see, this looks like rain. It's like this rainbow here is like they want to like wash this out, which is awfully rude, I will say. Let's see if there's, what is this Empress card in reverse? Okay, this was at the bottom earlier. What's unfortunate about this situation is there was, or is still, kind of that feeling of soulmate with Temperance and the Two of Cups. Like, unless the universe has, unless you did let this go, the universe has brought, like as a stork would bring you a baby, this is like the stork has brought you new love. Either way, I do think that the universe has brought you new love. Or is that a heron? I don't know. Storks and herons, I feel like they look kind of similar. But yeah, Temperance definitely, I mean, it's a Sagittarius card. You can also like be experiencing more luck from getting out of the situation, because the Tower in reverse means like, I mean, it can mean like the aftermath after the Tower has happened, or you could be feeling like, I feel on their end of it with, in regards to this card, they are having like an internal like Tower moment, even if they're not expressing it outwardly. I think that, as I said, they were blindsided about if you have moved on into a different connection. You kind of just like think of this length of the tree as being like your life, and it's like you've cut off the portion of the time that you guys spent together, and they're feeling like cut off, like literally cut off. But they're still like attached to this in some sort of way, especially if this is a narcissist, like, and they want to take things from you. They have this desire to, like, they're jealous of your success. They can have kind of a desire to see you fail, and by you finding victory in cutting this out, they're definitely like not happy. Also, the Tower in reverse could mean you did avoid a Tower moment. So if we're thinking about something having to do with avoiding a Tower moment in regards to the situation, I definitely think that like if you would have stayed, or if someone would have stayed in the toxic environment, you would have experienced a Tower moment. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify with this Psychic Oracle deck. What can I have for my group number one? What do we see for group number one in this connection? Oh, okay. Awareness. At the bottom we have patience. Okay. So we have truth, universe, moving on. Yeah. So I think that there is, like, I'm not sure that this person necessarily got closure with the universe card, it's kind of reminding me of like the world. But I think that you found out the truth about this person and that they did not have your best interests at heart. They made you feel like you were chained and bound. This could also this could be maybe how they feel. Also, always remember energy goes both ways. But I think that like there's like a vastness, like moving into a vastness, and an awareness that hasn't been there before is currently happening by moving on. The 6th house also, like, I mean, it's a Virgo house, and with these leaves and stuff like that, there's like a very like shamanic kind of what do you call it, hermit energy going on here. Really like finding victory in solitude and being like the number one for yourself right now. You could be doing like crown chakra meditations, really trying to connect with the universe on like a deeper level. I'm going to pull these. What do we have for group number 2? Yeah, retreat and heart-to-heart conversations. So, I mean, this really could have been a recent disconnect, and you could have had a heart-to-heart conversation where you found out some truths about maybe a third-party situation. There's a whole bunch of like possibilities here. Obviously, it's a general reading. But I think that there's like an overarching theme of like needing to explore your options and like getting out into the universe and seeing like, because there's obviously like this over here, there's so much in the world that's way better than this. And I think that honesty was lacking from this relationship for a while, in regards to maybe even like, this could also be like the type of relationship where you guys have been together for some time and you're kind of just like in it, like going through the motions, but you've both kind of gone cold, and it's not producing anything else. It's not coming to fruition anymore. There's nothing growing. Like, as you can see here, there's leaves and like moss like growing on this tree, and this guy's literally just like, it should be way bigger by now. Like this shit should be covered, you know? Like, this guy's face is, and like, it's just that vibe of like, but we can work this out. Like, we can, like, it's fine. And even the people, like, friends and like family are like, no, like, you guys just, it's just like, let it go. And it's like, there's like an awareness here that this person has, that they're just like, this just like isn't working. Things should be like way more than what they are right now. And maybe you've just had this conversation, which is obviously really hard to hear, but with this, like, as this being a number 3 in conjunction with the universe, this also has a lot to do with like communication and how we think, and like Gemini things. So there's a lot of Gemini energy here. Let me think. Yeah, there's like a need for like expansion, and because you guys just it's not fulfilling, and it's just like been at a standstill for so long. And this like retreat, it is time to like disconnect from the world, and I think that they're thinking about like moving on, or what they really need in their life to feel like the Ace of Cups upright instead of reversed. And I think that if you guys are already in separation, they are getting more clarity on like what they want, what they need, with the 6 of Wands, but they also like are transforming and becoming more aware, not only of like what they need, but of like the universe in general. They're going through like a spiritual awakening. So I'm gonna grab, this is a spiritual advice card. What is the spiritual advice for my watchers of group number 1? Ooh, wow, okay. Stay connected. We're all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine source, yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to source. So that's so funny that it's right next to the universe card, because there is a huge calling to reconnect to like your inner self, your higher self, and moving on towards connections that are more suitable for like who you are at this time. At the bottom of the deck here we have love. Music is also going to be really important for you. There's like a passion that's going to be arising soon within you. Yeah, so love is the foundation of your existence, and you're just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. I think this also, with the awareness, in conjunction with the awareness card, is really calling for a time of like self-love and healing, but also being aware that like you aren't alone in this world, and that you need to stay connected to like spirit, and that they're always like watching over you, especially during hard times like this. Okay, cool. So I think that's all I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that this reading was enlightening for you. I know it's not like the most positive message everybody wants to hear, but sometimes we have to hear those hard messages. We all go through dark nights of the soul at some point, so at least you can have some clarity shed on the situation. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Moving on to group number 2. Okay, so my group number 2s. Okay, let's see. I'm going to shuffle this a few times before. How are you, group number 2s? Ooh, a little jittery, maybe some anxiety. Ask for the highest message for those who choose pile number 2. How does he or she feel about you? How do they feel about this connection? What's going on? All right. Let's see here. What's going on for group number? First off, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so, I think, so this is good. This is good so far. So they definitely view you as someone who is, like, well-versed, well-traveled, probably, someone, you probably have literally traveled a lot. I think that maybe this person hasn't had as much experience in that realm as you have, but you hold this like beacon of light for them that like really makes like lights them up inside and makes them see a future with you, even like a long-term future. And we're speaking like potentially what do you call it, like marriage, kids, like that sort of thing, that they can see you as like wifey material or husband material. You're like a light in the darkness for this person. I think that this person has had quite a lot of people come in and out of their lives. They have, the Nine of Wands typically is somewhat of like a wounded warrior, but they're still fighting nonetheless. I think that they see you as someone who is more like traditional. I think that you guys share a lot of the same values, and that's why they like are so attracted to you. Like imagine if this was like a moth instead of a bird, and it's like attracted to the flame. I feel like because crows can also symbolize the beginning of a transformation, and I think that they see something like really popping off here and being really, really good. Also, like, I almost never get readings that are all upright, and the fact that this is all upright is like honestly amazing. So let's see what this Nine of Wands is. So Five of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is weird. I never get this from this card, but like this guy is holding feathers, and feathers are like angel symbols, especially white ones, but they're all multicolor, and I feel like it's like a lucky catch. Like there's a lucky catch. Like you have so many positive qualities, and I'm getting writing. You guys could be writing a lot. This also could signify that maybe you guys are in a long distance connection. But things are easy with you. Like there isn't verbal conflict. I think that this person might have been talked down to a lot in their childhood. So words are really important to them. It's also, in terms of signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Libra, Taurus. But I think words are really important to this person, and you speak really passionately, and they like that, but it's like you make it feel like it's not hard, like it's easy. There's like no conflict. I think that they like what you have to say. What else can I grab for group number 2? The moon. So the moon, most recently I figured out, can also signify romance. But with this particular deck, I always kind of feel like someone isn't as like forthcoming with their emotions. They aren't super, I mean, this person obviously is guarded with the Nine of Wands. So they could literally like not tell you how they feel. And I think that's because they are so like in this change, with the crow, like this transition. I think it's scary for them, but they're also really excited, but they don't want to get too like ahead of themselves. But they do, like, there's a strong like seeing of the future, seeing a future with you, like a long lasting journey. And like, even though there are mountains in the background, there's going to be obstacles. They're like willing to tackle them with you because you have so many positive qualities that they're looking for in a long-term partner, that like no matter what type of like deviations off the road, obstacles, things that come into your path, you guys have like the passion and like the communication. Well, once they start opening up, I don't think they've quite like gotten to that point yet, to make it through. Any other messages for group number 2? Knight of Coins. So this person definitely could be a Taurus, as I was saying, but I'm not really getting strong Virgo or Capricorn, really. They could be like someone who works in manual labor, maybe construction. I am seeing construction, like there's like roadside and like this is a shovel, you know, like they work like a more physical job. But they're definitely someone you can rely on. They're dependable. I think that like they're willing to like take on whatever it takes to like make this connection work. They feel very positively, strongly about, yeah. So we have 10 of Cups just chilling here on the bottom. They want to have so many babies with you. Like, I don't know if you guys have already talked about this, but they definitely see like potentially having like a bigger family. Yeah. And they definitely see you as someone who could be an excellent mom. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifiers here. Grab some clarifiers for number 2. Spirit, I ask you to please reveal some more insight into the situation for my group number 2s. Okay. So recognition and reward. This person definitely, I think they put you on a pedestal. There's also a reference here to mountains again. I think that, I mean, they might live at a distance from you, but they like with the number 3 here, Gemini, like they have no issue making that travel as long as they feel like, especially if you're an earth sign, something that's really important to them is having like recognition and like appreciation of like the actions that they do. I think this person, their love language is probably acts of service, and they just have like so much like respect for you, especially with the Hierophant here and this recognition and reward card. They may also be a gift giver. That could be something too, but like there are 4 wands. This is like a reference to the 4 of Wands. It's making me see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 like rods in the background. So they definitely see you as someone like they could potentially see marriage with. There's another reference to marriage. You make them feel stable. Any other messages for my group number 2s? Whew. Truth came out again. This came out in my last reading, but this is a way different vibe. So down here we have rejoice and celebration. You guys are you pregnant? Like this is definitely possible that like you could be pregnant and you don't know yet. But like you make them feel like a kid again. Like I'm seeing bubbles, and it's like, you know, when we're kids we like blow bubbles. You make them feel like youthful, and like their cup is like always overflowing. They have so much love for you, and they see like the vastness and the connection available to them here, and it's like the universe like lifted them up to you. Like I feel like they even feel at times like they don't know how like someone like you is like with someone like them, but it's kind of like the universe has used like a levee system to like pull them up to you, and like they see you as like you are their whole world. Like there's like unlimited. I'm kind of getting maybe this person has struggled with depression in the past, because it's kind of just I can't, that's just like an intuitive feeling, especially with the moon. Also like they could have just gone through like a dark night of the soul, and you've like ignited something like really like primal and like sacred to them, and this has like opened up a whole new door and window of opportunity. I am being called to this deck, so this is a goddess deck. What is a goddess energy here surrounding this connection for group number 2? Peace. There's no need to worry, as everything's working out beautifully. So yeah, if you came to this reading and you're like worried about whether or not this person like likes you, or if things are going well, or even if potentially there's a pregnancy, like everything's going according to plan, like everything's working out beautifully, you don't need to worry. This person is going to work hard for you. This person is someone who takes pride in what they do, and like they'll always be honest with you. This is like a really like good person. Just getting a love oracle card. Engagement, yeah. So your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Also, for some reason, if this is like a older relationship, like you guys have been together for quite some time, if you have a feeling that your person is being distant from you, I think they could be planning something related to getting engaged with you, and this could be making you like have like wondering like what they're doing at night, or what they're planning, or like that it's weird that they aren't communicating everything with you. But I think that like they have big plans for the future. You don't need to worry at all about if this person loves you, or what type of future they see with you, because they're ready to put a ring on it, and they're ready to have hella kids. I'm just going to grab a spiritual message for you guys before I go. Ooh, got two. So be proud is here at the bottom. It says it's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and be proud. So that definitely goes with recognition and reward. You guys, if this is a long-term relationship, you guys have probably gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, and you need to like give yourself recognition. Both of you do, for like making it through this journey and in as good of shape as you guys are, because a lot of people like in relationships, when they go through like hard things, obviously they can't withstand it, but you guys have such like a stable foundation that like nothing seems to phase this relationship, and there's like no need to worry. So then we have Animal Kingdom. You guys I'm getting a message that you may be thinking about getting a pet, and that would be beneficial for your household. But this says, animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They have been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. So definitely an emphasis on either, if you don't have a pet, you could benefit from getting one. Especially if you struggle with anxiety, like emotional support animals are great. I have 2 cats that literally changed my life. But either way, if you have pets already, it would be good to spend some time with them and bond to get, especially, yeah, if it's the same thing, like if you're having like worries and stuff like that, they're always there to like love you unconditionally, and that's like why we love our animals. So but yeah, you're about to be showered with like love and abundance, and it's like almost like you don't even know it. Like you just have like a feeling that like something's gonna happen, but you have no idea like that it's gonna be actually really, really good. So this says cleanse. It says your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. So also, if this person's about to propose to you, I'm getting like a message that you're like might want to start like dieting or something. And I'm not saying that that's like, I'm not saying you're an unhealthy person. I think that everyone can benefit from having a healthy diet and like incorporating more fruits and vegetables and drinking more water. I'm definitely getting drinking more water. That's kind of being highlighted in these 2 cards here. But this may be something that you're looking to, like if there's anything that like you just don't even worry about it. Like this is like such a good reading. But just like try to clean up your area. You could start feeling less anxious because of that, because there is like some anxiety. Also look up like the spiritual meaning of dolphins. I don't know off the top of my head, but dolphins are coming through. And yeah, a cleanse. You could benefit from like doing, not like diet necessarily, but like doing a cleanse. I'm really getting drink more water. Drink more water. Okay. Well, that was a great message for you guys. Group number 2, far better than my group number 1. So I hope you enjoyed this message, and if you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And then I will see you guys next time. All right. Oh, also subscribe if you liked this message. Okay. Moving on to my group number 3s. So I just got this deck. I love it. I think that it's so beautiful. It's more like art, like traditional art, very Libra-esque deck here. So if you're a Libra, I mean, I doubt that you knew what this tarot deck was, but that could be a confirmation that this is going to be the right message for you. Wow, that just dropped out of there. What are you? Hierophant. So this could be related to a serious relationship. Woo! Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So what do we have for my group number 3s? How does the person in question feel about them? How does the person in question feel about my group number 3s? Whoop. Wow, this is a stable person. Okay. Lovers. So, this could be a twin flame connection, not right off the bat. Definitely soulmate, someone who is equally matched with you. As well as it does have to do with a decision. I'm going to have to pull more clarifiers for this, obviously, but that's already a pretty good sign of mutual attraction. What do we have for group number 3? Whoop. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. 2 of Cups in reverse. So, this is what's interesting about this Lovers card is this female is looking backwards. It's like she wears a cloak of passion and she's looking backwards at another situation. This definitely could be male or female, either way. There's a falling out of some sort of connection here. Okay, I need to stop saying that. Okay, well, I mean, this is also a good omen here. We got the 4 of Wands, which usually, as I said before, this relates to stability. This person could be looking back on an old situation. Okay, so we have the Stars and the Fool in reverse. So this person, so in relation to your relationship, I think that they're solid. I think that you guys have something, or potentially even if you guys have broken up, had something really solid, and they are looking back at the situation. Kind of like, so if you've broken up with this person, I think they're looking back at the situation and kind of like wondering what went wrong. They're thinking about it, reflecting on it. They're really in their feelings. Because I think that this was like a very strong connection. I mean, it's still a strong connection with this 4 of Wands and the Lovers card. Okay, so if they have snuck out of this relationship, they definitely, I think, are looking back and maybe like regretting it. They could also potentially be, there could be some deceit in regards to having feelings or reflecting back on like a past relationship. I don't think that they miss so much if that is the case, like any of the physical aspects or anything of it. I think that there was like a strong camaraderie between like in this partnership, like a really strong friendship. Kind of like someone who can like express, like it's like a confidant, as well as like someone who is probably maybe in like the same creative field as they are. They had like a lot in common. This also could literally be about you guys if you have broken up. Well, that just won't do. That's a lot. Okay. What else do we have for pile number 3? Okay. This is really similar to a reading that I did. So we have the 9 of Pentacles. So they definitely see you as someone who is on their P's and Q's, someone who like takes good care of themselves. You might have like really long hair, but there is, maybe you lied to them, or maybe there's like internal lying going on here about like whether or not they're confused about a past relationship, or because we do have the Four of Cups here and the Three of Cups, and together that's the Seven of Cups, which is confusion. I think that it's just something that like lingers in the back of their mind. This definitely, if this is your relationship, you linger in the back of their mind. And I think that they are trying to focus more on securing the bag right now, on being at work and becoming more independent. But it's something that like I don't think this person's necessarily in a great spot mentally. I think that that's why they invest so much time into their career. They kind of are avoiding the situation. I mean, the Lover's card also denotes a choice that had to be made. Maybe in regards, like, if with the Four of Wands, could be a living situation. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this, or family. So that can also denote family strongly. Maybe there's trouble at home that they aren't being open and honest about with you. Like they could have had like lost, I'm getting like maybe even lost a parent, or having falling outs with like siblings, something of that sort, because Gemini also rules siblings, twins. And the Ten of Pentacles, they just, something that was like really long standing and built. And I mean, it's still there, like it still stands, but there's just like a internal, like kind of like not even like appreciating it and not like rejoicing in it. They're kind of just in like a weird like headspace. In other terms, they also could just be like investing way too much time at work, and this like is causing them, or one of you could be spending too much time at work, and this is making one of you feel somewhat like emotionally like neglected and confused. It's like, I don't understand why we even have all these things if we like can't enjoy it together. It's like your mind's always elsewhere, or their mind's always elsewhere when you guys are together. So that came in somewhat reversed. I'm thinking that this person like can be somewhat harsh with their communication. Maybe they don't know exactly how to communicate this. I'm not really getting the sense this person is like super adept with like their emotions, and mad Gemini energy, like a lot of Gemini energy here. They just, it's like someone wants more. Like someone wants more out of this connection. They want, like, this guy's looking down here and he's like about to tell her off, or tell them off, like let's go, like let's go do something. Like they want you to be more present, and it's like someone is just really working on like manifesting stuff right now. It's just like kind of a vibe of like not being on the same page. And like you want to have this like you want the good side of the Ten of Pentacles. You want this, like, you know, you want to go horseback riding or do something like fun and have these like beautiful moments together and like that romance, and it's kind of like work or something is getting in the way. This whatever they're trying to manifest, and it's just like there's kind of like an animosity or like resentment going on here. I'm getting like just like someone's like stomach is like in knots about the situation. It's kind of like you don't want to communicate about this, you don't want to talk about it and like make things worse, but at the same time it's like this person has like a one-track mind. This could be the earth sign person. Okay, yeah, and they don't want to walk away, but at the same time they're feeling like a lack of fulfillment from the situation. It's like a relationship should be more than just money, like related to money. There should be like the emotions involved, and it's like I think that you guys probably did have that obviously to begin with, but it's kind of become more of like a practical relationship and like less of like an emotional relationship. And it's like, even though you're well cared for physically, emotionally, there's something needs to happen emotionally here in order to like make this feel more balanced. So, what are the messages for pile number 3? Holy. Okay, I'm just gonna take the ones that flipped up. Okay, so there is positive news here. So, well, we got 2 8s, but there is going to be positive movement forward in this situation. I am not certain as to whether or not this is going to happen before or after, or if this person is going to like communicate. Okay, so regardless, you guys are going to experience some abundance. Whoever's putting in the work here and manifesting a lot is definitely going to be reaping the rewards. But you do need to stand your ground and explain like your feelings to this person in order to experience this like positive movement forward. And no matter like you will, if you become open about this, there will be triumph in the end. There will be success. And like a reigniting of like passion I'm seeing here, and like a restoration of balance. So religious factors. Your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. So yeah, I mean, we also have 2 7s here. I think that one of you is just going through a period of like needing, like you are feeling really called to work on your career, I think. And this also could be like influenced through like your religious upbringing. So for example, like gender roles are really instilled in a lot of religions. So this person could feel like they need to provide for this connection. They need to do these things for this connection, and it's like this has caused like, yes, you're stable, yes, you have money, but at the same time there is like an emotional disconnect, and it doesn't need to be there. I think that if you open up about saying, you know, like, hey, look, I love that you like want to work hard, I love that we have all this stuff, but like it's just like not working because like we need to spend more time together. It's just, you need whatever is on your heart, you need to speak up about. I'm gonna pull a goddess energy. Okay, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. This also could mean if you're the one who works really hard, you need to focus more on taking care of like yourself and less on taking care of everybody else. Because I think that this person is good. Like this person, I mean, yes, they have, like yes, there's confusion, but also there is going to be positive movement forward. Like this material harvest is going to come through, make you feel more independent. It's like another 9. That's like another 9 of Pentacles right there, basically. And it's going to make you feel so much better to just express yourself and explain like how you feel about this. And you're going to feel so much more triumphant and so much more secure, like emotionally secure, the security that you've been looking for, or they've been looking for. So if you're not the person who needs to communicate, maybe you should open up the conversation to your partner and ask them if like what's going on, or friend or whoever this is. Ask them like give them the floor to speak if you're not the one who needs to. I mean, I usually find that if we start a conversation with someone, you always have something to say. Just be open and honest and like stand your ground. So I'm gonna get a spiritual message here. Oh. we have forgiveness. This one came out again. And nature and cleanse. This one came out again too. Okay. So definitely would be good to connect with your animals right now. This can make you feel more energetically, what's the word? Or like energized. But it says animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open up your heart and soul. I mean, another thing is like animals are like, they're teammates, you know, and it's like in the wild, obviously, like they run in packs or like groups, and it's like if you're in a partnership, it should work as a team. You guys should be on the same page, and like one person shouldn't have to take on like all of those roles, regardless of like how you were like brought up religiously. I think that there's just like a need, like in a call for teamwork, and apparently forgiveness here. So it says holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest, most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. So there definitely is a call to forgive your partner for maybe even being absent if this like is resonating with you, but also because I don't think that they mean it. Like, they're not trying to personally attack you or make you feel some sort of way. I think that they're doing just like what they feel like they need to be doing at this time. And I think that like by opening up the floor for a conversation, you'll realize this more and more. And this will both help you guys grow spiritually as you share your emotions with each other and truly forgive one another for the possible like emotional neglect that you've been feeling. Okay, so moving on to nature. This is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has so much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. So these two go together pretty well. I think that you should connect maybe with birds. I'm getting birds, butterflies. I don't know if you're like a bug person. Also seeing like fish here, so maybe if you are into fishing, or just go somewhere by the ocean to like really absorb the healing properties that it has, especially here with like, this is like, she's literally being cleansed by this water. So like, I think swimming would be really beneficial for you. But it says your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. So that's something else. When people work a lot, like their houses tend to get like cluttered, things like that. If that's the case for you, it might make you feel better to really like make it a priority to take care of like your space, to make yourself feel like more like at home and comfortable, and as well as taking better care of like your body and your mind, like doing things like setting aside time for yourself, even specifically out in nature, like with your pet, and this would really help with your healing and that forgiveness. And because I mean, obviously like material things are great, like we all love our creature comforts and stuff like that, but oftentimes we forget that like out in nature, like connecting with source and the plants and all the things that like we have already like on hand, like water and the elements, is super beneficial for us. And sometimes we lose sight of all of the beauty that's like on the outside world because we spend all of our time indoors watching TV or doing things like that. And I think that you would benefit greatly from, well, Spirit is telling you that you would benefit greatly from really going out and reconnecting with that part of yourself. Maybe even going and like camping and like taking that time with your partner or friends, and just to reconnect with like that primal essence of like who we are as humans. And I think that would help you emotionally. Your mind, your body, and your soul would feel very refreshed from like a beach vacation. Maybe even like, this is what I'm saying, fishing, like boats. Something about boats. You guys need to get on a boat. I know I'm gonna go on a boat. It sounds nice. Okay, well, thank you, group number 3. I hope this message was enlightening for you. If you like this, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you'd like. Leave a comment if this resonated. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Moving on to group number 4. My favorite deck, my cat tarot deck. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a few good shuffles. This is group number 4. I appreciate you stopping by. What is this doing? So there may be some disappointment, but let us not speak too soon. Okay, so how does he or she feel about you, group number 4? How does the person in question feel about my group number 4s? I get a feeling they don't want to talk, don't want to express, like, it's like when they're like hinting at their feelings, but they're not like fully saying it. Okay. 8 of Cups. So this person might have walked away from you, or you could have walked away from them because your needs just weren't, or their needs weren't being met in the situation, potentially emotionally. And they could have done this like on the 8th or in the 8th month, maybe March, April. I can't. What's that? No. August. But there's like, and I think that it's honestly could be like, I mean, it's like a sense of unfulfillment. The 8 of Cups can be a sense of unfulfillment. And this could have caught someone by surprise because it's like you had everything that you needed. But I think that this person was concealing their feelings for a long time. So yeah, I think they're now spending their time alone, working, probably spending, I might have just got some new clothes, something of that nature, focusing more on the physicality of things. Also, another message coming in, they could have walked away because of finances. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups here with the 3 of Wands in reverse. I'm getting just like the sense of not being as happy as you once were, even though I kind of get the feeling they were treated really well. With the 9 of Cups here and the 9 of Pentacles, that's someone who like that's a good life right there. So let's see, why did this person walk away? Why is the 8 of Cups here? Okay, so they kind of got into stagnant mode. They felt like internally that they weren't like moving forward. They didn't. I think that oftentimes when I see this, like I'm getting the impression they just like weren't appreciating what was in front of them. They kind of maybe even like over intellectualize the situation. Like they always wanted more. Like this person always wanted more of something, and they like couldn't put their finger on it, so they blamed it on like everything else potentially in the relationship. Yeah, they were like wrapped up in their head a lot. Okay, how does this person feel? The name Tyler popped in my head. It's random. Okay, so they wanted to experience something more and come out of a period of feeling stagnant. There could have just been, is this the Ace of Wands? Yeah, Ace of Wands. I think there could be like wanting to explore their options in kind of a more like a sexual way. They could have had options, or like could have been getting attention from other people that has caused this, or they could be experiencing this now. But yeah, they felt like things were just on like a downward spiral. They could have been breadcrumbing you, or vice versa, with like this mouse here, like kind of making, like not being super forthcoming, and like this person's energy is just very, well, this cat's also stalking this mouse, so they could definitely still be stalking you. Or they could always have felt like, or you could have felt like you're being watched, or somehow like controlled, like in the passion in the relationship kind of like got suffocated because of that. They could have also been experiencing some sort of financial loss, or like maybe they had to go back to an old job. That's random. But they're kind of like having to push like this coin out of the way of this door to like get through that door. And it's kind of like weighing back on them. I think that there's a pretty strong message here of being like burdened by a financial issue. That could have also been taking up a lot of their mental space. This could have also been the reason if things didn't work out in the situation, if you guys aren't still together, they were wrapped up in their head about work. This person also, if you guys are struggling like on a sexual front or something, you feel like maybe this person's not attracted to you, I do think that there's a potential that they are happy in this connection, like emotionally and financially. I think that they are like physically, like things that you guys have, but I think that they have some sort of financial issue going on. Maybe they have to like leave their job, and like there's something like a new beginning that didn't work out here, and so now they have to like re-plan for the future so that they can turn the Three of Wands upright. What is this High Priestess? What's going on with this High Priestess card? Seven of Wands. They're feeling like they have to stand their ground in something. Wow. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is definitely something related to work or finances. Something they feel really maybe like attacked at work. That could be something. Like, yes, but they do make a lot of money, but they're not emotionally like fulfilled. Sorry, that was my neck. And they kind of feel like they're being pacified to some degree. Like they're not really speaking up on what is going on. This could be like if this is a partnership, this could be going on at work and you like don't know about it, and because they're keeping it to themselves. Because I think that they don't want to worry you about finances. They see that you're like sitting pretty over there and they don't want to stress you out, but it's like you have an intuition, like an intuitive feeling that there is something going on, because this person is like more energetically drained and kind of like defensive than usual. Yeah, they're tired. Things just don't really seem to be going their way so much, and they're feeling like out of balance. I don't think that they necessarily, I think they just feel really nurturing of you, and they want to make sure that you feel like satisfied and like happy. and they're willing to like give you the last bit of everything and like not worry you and like take on all of the burden, and like no matter how heavy it is for them, they just like, and maybe that's why they are like trying to stick it out in the situation, even though there's like a lot of flack that they're getting at work. Yeah, this person definitely like is tired of kind of playing, it's like Russian roulette. Like, I feel like they just don't feel super stable at this moment. And they want to be able to provide more, but they're so tired. What is this Temperance in reverse? Three of Swords in reverse. So they're going through, like, maybe you guys are healing a financial pain, or they're going through this right now. They're definitely still thinking about this. I think that they're drained emotionally, physically, mentally about this. There's like a sense of coldness. Like, this cat literally is out in the rain. This cat wants to come out of the rain. But I think that it kind of just, it's like when it rains, it pours. I think this person is having a really difficult time. And even if they're like not saying it, but they're still learning, you know. The High Priestess also, like, she's a wise person, and no matter what trials like she goes through, she's still learning something at the end of the day. This person's name could start with an S, but yeah, they just feel like they're going through like a stroke of bad luck. That's sad. Or like this also, it could be that they feel like they have to fight for you or your attention from like a bunch of different people, or like there's a lot of energy coming at them from a lot of different angles, and they just want to take a nap. They just want to sleep, you know? They're like, why can't I just like have my pentacle and like eat some food, take a nice nap, but they don't like get that luxury right now. So I'm gonna pull a Psychic Oracle clarifier for my group number 4s. Okay. The Waiting Game, Partnerships and Alliances, Foundations and Achievements, and Destiny. So this could be, this work endeavor could be part of their life purpose, and it is a waiting game right now. They're having to invest and like make these roots really, really deep in order for this tree to like keep growing and expanding. This is giving me Saturn vibes, so yeah, this could be like going through like a hard Saturn transit. But so yeah, this is very like work oriented. I do think that like with this Partnerships and Alliances, they have like a strong foundation here. It's just taking a lot of work, but in the end, things are going to be like, they're going to come to fruition. This is going to be very, very beneficial for you or them, whoever this like relates for. And they're just like gonna have to wait it out. It is gonna be hard work. It's gonna be what it is, kind of, honestly. So let me get a love energy because at the end it's gonna be a trophy. Like, this is gonna be so worth it, like monetarily. This could even mean like in terms like the family's gonna be happy. Like, there's going to be happiness. It's just gonna take some time and effort. What message can I receive from my group number 4s? Group number 4. What's going on for group number 4? Okay. So true love, yeah. So yeah, if if this is your partner, they're definitely just going through a difficult time with work, and they are trying to just make the most out of the situation. I think that this is just like a stroke of bad luck, but things are going to turn around. And your guys' foundation is strong, so you don't need to worry about that. Your guys' partnership is good. You just have to buckle down and do the thing. And, yeah. Because there is, like with the rainbow, there definitely is goodness that's going to come in, and like some relief. Just, it might not be as soon as you want it. So I'm going to grab a spiritual message. Okay, this card literally will not stop coming out, so I'm going to shuffle one more time. Unless everybody needs to freaking cleanse. I mean, maybe. Okay. Caregiver. So, we're with you, and the spirit is... And spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. So definitely another thing that could be happening if you guys are experiencing like the passing of a family member, and they are experiencing like monetary gain from this. You guys could be experiencing monetary gain, or like inheriting. There's like a sense of inheritance through something that is unfortunate. This definitely is going to benefit you in the long run. Obviously, I know like death is hard, and that could be like it could have just happened, or honestly this could be like maybe it was last August, or like on the 8th of some month. But let's see what else we have here. And if you are a caregiver, I mean, that is a very taxing job. Just always remember to like take care of yourself too. You can't water from an empty cup. Okay. So be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved and all that you are and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and be proud. So I think that really speaks for itself. Like, you've come a long way, and in this relationship, and also I'm seeing like financially, and you guys have done a lot of like healing. I'm seeing like peacocks might be significant to you. I would look into those as like a spirit guide. You have just like a huge heart, and you should be proud, because like I don't think that everybody could do the job that you do, especially if you're a caregiver. And I feel like also there's a message here of, yes, I mean, it can be taxing also, because it could feel like if you deal with people, like older people or sick people, it is really kind of in a messed up sort of way. It feels like a waiting game of like, and I feel like a lot of people view it like that, of like, oh, like, when's this person gonna die? But, and that sounds terrible, but there are people, like, you should be proud that like you're a strong enough person to be able to be that someone, because these partnerships are really important to those who you're helping, and it's like you're making like so much more of an impact than you even realize. And yeah, and it's beautiful, and like spirit is definitely giving a nod to you, and that you should be proud of all that you've accomplished. But yeah, your relationship looks good. I think things are just tough right now, but as far as like, you guys have a strong foundation, and you guys have achieved a lot, and you guys will keep prospering. It's just, there's just tiredness right now. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. Group number 4. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope that this setup works better for you guys. If you like this reading, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you'd like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.